She would shut her mouth. There are more hearings coming. I'm tired of being targeted. All this mess I keep hearing about, I don't go after anyone unless they speak on me. I want somebody right now to post the video where I spoke on her first and caused this shit to happen to me. Give it to me. Give it to me. Because I didn't even know who the hell she was until she inserted herself in this shit with Gabby. I got in a box the night her and her brother were discussing me. I never went after her. I never went after her. She's a walking, talking contradiction. And I had a thought this morning, and I'm going to say it because I know she's going to replay it. Because she's dumb. I think Sean is in there to destroy her herself. Sean is not her friend. If Sean was a friend to anyone at all, she would not continue to encourage this girl to keep up with the shit she's doing in the middle of these legal matters. She would not keep posting shit that she is not a party of on her page. She would not continue to make and manufacture fucking clothing that has verbiage from fucking court proceedings on it. Sean is not her friend. When I feel like I'm going to fucking lose my shit and I'm going to get on here and start spilling it all, my real friends talk me off the ledge. They say, talk to me in here. Don't do that. Sean is egging every bit of this on. All of it. And you're over there worried about copyrighting somebody's website while y'all are inside of a group illegally recording phone calls between Gabby and her attorney? Since you want to sit over there and keep on with this bullshit, do you want to discuss those phone calls while you're at it? Do you want to explain why that attorney was telling Gabby not to talk to you? Do you want to explain why that attorney said you took in $2,000, but you only paid him $1,700? You want to talk about that? No? 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 Want to talk about that? Sean's over here. They're posting all these motions in my courthouse. Y'all talking all this shit that I'm flooding that courthouse with these motions. No, I'm not. I have to respond to everything they file. And they've been back and forth lying under penalties of perjury to this court. Lying on documents. Telling this judge they had no direct involvement in that Florida matter. You paid him out of your own bank account. You can't get no more direct than that. Sean's posting contracts from this attorney. She's not a party to that case. She's not a party to it. So how does she have the contract? Unless you're involved. Why are we creating spreadsheets if we're not involved? I would be more concerned about the real life crimes that were committed to get an innocent human being in front of a judge. There were real crimes committed and there are real consequences coming. They're coming. I'm not dropping shit. I'm not dropping shit. And you have absolutely no legitimate purpose whatsoever to be doing what's being done to me. None whatsoever. None. It's targeted. It's malicious. It's being done without any legitimate purpose. None. It's targeted. It's malicious. It's being done without any legitimate purpose. Yep. Oh, there's more coming after Wednesday. There's more coming. It's already moving. It's already in action. And if she hasn't found out by Monday, she'll find out when she gets here. But any mahoodles, anyhow, have fun reporting my website. over there. Have fun targeting a small business. Have fun with it. Have fun with it. And by the way, I heard that I stole Token Turtle from some head shop out in New York. First of all, it's not spelled the same. Okay? And there are at least a half a dozen Token Turtles in this country. We all spell them differently. Some people put the little asterisk above the O. Some people put it above the I. Some people do all kinds of things. I don't steal shit. I used to. I used to be a big thief, but I'm not anymore. We should worry about what we're stealing from people on the internet instead of Feisty stealing a business name. That's what we should be worried about. We should be worried about the thousands of dollars that was squandered from these people on this internet, and not what Feisty's doing with her business. Because when you start falsely copyrighting someone's business without the knowledge of their licensures and everything else, that's grounds for another fucking lawsuit. Sure is. Because you're affecting my income. And I'm going to prove to the court on Wednesday that you've already affected my income. You bitches think I sit in here and don't work? Y'all think I ain't got a job? Y'all think I don't work? Tisk, tisk. I can show the activity in my sales from before this bullshit started in October, during this bullshit in October, and after the bullshit from October. I can prove it. I've been a business owner for over 5 years. I can prove my shit. I don't care about none of that. I don't care about none of that. It is deflection. It is deflection, but you don't get to target somebody just because you want to deflect from your own fuckery. Get on here and own your shit. These people deserve answers. Everybody's demanding Feisty to show answers and Pink to show answers and everybody else to show answers, but we ain't demanding nobody else to show no receipts. Make that shit make sense. And then you got Shawnini over there freaking putting all the receipts out. Girl, do you know how incriminating those receipts look that you put on your stupid page? You tell it on yourself. None of that shit adds up over there. Not one fucking inch of it. But for somebody that does not have any direct involvement, that is not acting as a non-lawyer, you sure are presenting yourself as one here on this here internet. I hope you come with her on Wednesday because they got questions for you too. Make sure to get your first class ticket. Y'all can fly first class together since you and your husband can afford them first class tickets on a whim. Yeah. Make sure you come in with her. Wear your sweatshirt that you're so proud of. Make sure both of y'all put that sweatshirt on and wear it in the courtroom because the judge is going to see it anyway. So since you're so proud of it and you're not worried about Marysville Municipal Clerk Court, wear them sweatshirts to court Wednesday. Let's keep the energy that you've had on this here internet since November the 6th when you walk up in that fucking courtroom Wednesday. Keep it. I want you to do the karate chops. I want you to encase that Sean is my lawyer verbiage right there on that shirt. I want you to wear it proud, girl, in front of that fucking judge. Wear it. If you ain't doing nothing wrong and you ain't worried about getting slapped with not one fucking bit of contempt, Gabby needs to be ripping up court papers in that courtroom and you need to wear that sweatshirt. Y'all sat on this platform since November and acted like this was a joke. You acted like it was a joke. And one more thing, in case you're looking for an escape route, you can't appeal a case you skip out on. So if you don't show up, you lose your right to an appeal. So although the remote appearance wasn't granted, you don't get to skirt your way out of a hearing and then appeal it later. If you're a no-show to that hearing, you lose. I get to show my side. The judge makes his decision. You don't get a chance. You don't get a choice. You don't get to skip court hearings and then appeal them later. And if you can't afford to travel to Ohio, you damn sure can't afford an appeal process. I promise you that. I've paid for one. I don't know if it was denied or not, but I know it hasn't been approved. It has not been approved. But I'm just saying, when you come and you take all those pictures in front of Marysville Courthouse like you say you're going to, make sure you got that sweatshirt on. Make sure you're wearing that shirt when you come into that courtroom. I'm going to be highly disappointed if you're not. People on the internet are going to make fun of you if you don't, because you got on here and said you didn't give a shit, that it was a joke. I want you to tell the judge it's a joke. Maybe, you know what? As a matter of fact, bring your vinyl cutter, Sean. Bring the Cricut. Bring a blank shirt. Make the judge one. Make one for the judge. Give him a burr basket. Throw that sweatshirt in there for him. Gabby can take that ripped up court document and throw it in there for him too. You cannot convince me or anyone on the internet that has read these documents on that court office over there that Gabby has typed up one bit of that fucking paperwork. That girl could not spell feisty on her whiteboard on her refrigerator. And these papers have been typed up by somebody other than Gabby. There's room for question there. So when those motions were filed, they weren't filed with malicious intent. They were filed because there's room for questions there. And for Sean to turn around and make t-shirts, sweatshirts out of it, don't you understand that making the clam slam t-shirts and shit is a reason why Kaylee is a part of this case to start off with? Because she fucking made merch out of a fucking lawsuit while it was still going? And you did it again. You did it again. I don't think Sean is her friend at all. I think that she is steering Kaylee in a very dangerous direction. Kaylee, I can't stand you. I think you're one of the vilest people I've ever come across, for real. But that girl has buried you. She, in a legal aspect, she has really hemmed you up in some shit. And you're going to find out. I hope she comes with you on Wednesday and stands beside you and absorbs some of this shit you're fixing to get. I hope she does. If she doesn't, she's not your friend. No, I don't think that's how that works. I don't think that's how that works. Now, the judge, after everything is presented, I have full intentions of... I can only do like a short synopsis, but I have full intentions of telling that judge what I've had to endure since they both received their service documents. And that judge can decide whether or not the behavior of like ripping up envelopes and paperwork and the shirts and all that, that judge can hold them in contempt because it's disrespectful to the court. They're making a mockery of the court. And if that judge is irritated enough with all of the lies that have been told and all of this freaking do you think the deflection on TikTok's bad? It's bad in the paperwork too. It's bad in the paperwork too. If that judge gets bad enough, he can hold us all in contempt if he wanted to. If they don't show, I still get to present my case and the judge makes his decision. That's already in the works. Oh, by the way, hold on. I got to show one more thing. Hold on. I don't see my orders. Hold on. Just for funsies. Hold on, y'all. Because this was brought up, you know, for somebody that doesn't like me, they sure replay the shit out of all of my live streams. You know what I'm saying? They sit over there and pick apart all of my shit. Oh, well, that's a cool phone number. You see this? That's me talking to Fort Myers Sheriff's Department. There you go. Hold on, let me give you another one. I'm trying to find out what she was talking about the other day. Hold on. Oh, where's that? This one. See that? Florida Department of Law Enforcement. You see it right there? Okay. Kaylee seems to think that I was speaking to Casey. Okay, there's another one. There's another one. Okay, Kaylee with Gabby that they don't want to deal with it no more. But Florida has a state police department that picks up on internet crimes, fraud, and all the things, especially wiretapping. Especially wiretapping. So have fun copyrighting a bitch. I bet I don't go to jail. What illegal call, you ask? The phone calls between Gabriella Jacobson and her attorney from Florida in that October matter were recorded and played in a group of 7 women that was once called the Justice League, and then they renamed it to Gabby's Handlers. Actually, the call was done in the Justice League Snapchat. Gabby's Handlers is where all of the receipts were dropped in Discord. I have them all. You can delete it. You can dispose of it. It's too late. It's too late. And the only reason why I spoke on it is because I'm not planning on using it in court because they were illegally obtained. And if you know anything about court, you cannot use illegally obtained things as evidence. But I can use an incident number. And if you don't believe that it was reported, incident number 20250155324 is the incident number for Cape Coral, if you don't believe me. I will never play those calls. I will never play those calls. But I can tell you, in those calls, that attorney was very concerned about Kaylee's involvement with Gabby. He was very concerned that Gabby was being taken advantage of by Kaylee. He said that he himself had witnessed a live stream where Kaylee had said that she had raised $2,000, but they only paid him $1,700. I have screenshots of messages from where I know Gabby paid one attorney $1,300 and he took her fucking money after he read her shit, and then they proceeded to raise money for another one. When I tell you I have it all, bitch. I have it all. So wear your sweatshirts and keep that energy. Keep that energy. Incident number 20250155324. I'm almost positive that attorney did not tell her to record that call, because that attorney had spoken to my attorney and told him he was very concerned about their conversations being leaked. I also know that he was very concerned about Gabby's credibility, and if he could not steer her correctly in that courtroom, that he was going to lose. And he was also very concerned about his reputation. I can tell you this right now. If he was going to represent her any further in any type of defamation lawsuits, I promise you he won't be anymore because he's been notified as well. I also know that he's been watching Kaylee's lives, and the night that she showed that receipt green screen behind her head, he actually messaged someone that y'all don't know at all. He messaged someone and said, are these people really buying this shit? When I tell you we are sitting on a mountain, we are sitting on a mountain, girl. That's not even a quarter of it. That's not even a quarter of it. So wear your sweatshirts. Wear your sweatshirts. Oh yeah. Wear them. Wear them. One more thing. Kaylee has also been reported to Cape Coral Sheriff's Department for exploitation of a vulnerable adult. And I know that we don't like Gabby. I know that Gabby does a lot of things on her own, but I wholeheartedly feel like she's been exploited by this group of women. And if you feel the same way, all you have to do is call down to Cape Coral Sheriff's Department and give them your report. And they will gladly take it. They will gladly take it because they are very well aware of Gabby's mental health. They are very well aware. Kaylee was reported by me to Cape Coral Sheriff's Department for exploitation of a vulnerable adult. She can find that on record as well. I don't like Gabby. I'm not taking up for Gabby, but I don't think Gabby would have done any bit of this if it were not for the influence and the encouragement of those women over there. What's right is right and what's wrong is wrong. We can't sit here and go after her for being abusive towards her son when she's being abused herself. We can have all the commentary we want, but she was used. I believe that. There was a report made to Louisiana. I think she used her for content. I think they used this whole court hearing, this whole thing for content. Every bit of it. They set it up from the beginning. I have in my spam email folder, that psych evaluation was sent to me directly from somebody over on Gabby's camp. I don't know if it came from Kaylee's side or Gabby's side, but the law enforcement has it and the metadata, so they'll take care of it. But it was sent to me directly from that camp over there. I didn't see it until after I got back from Florida. Excuse me. Holly Haircut is the one that sent it to me on TikTok. But they set this shit up from the jump. They wanted to catch somebody so they could take them down there in front of that judge and make a whole show out of it. And they're continuing it while we're waiting to go in front of another judge. Every single night that she goes live on that YouTube and she replays my videos and she picks me apart and she calls me a whore and she makes her threats and everything, she is helping me.